So you're getting ready for the fall season and you're wondering how and when you should start your plants. Well, I already did one video on when you should start your plants. Now thinking about the how. It's the end of August, almost September, which is wild. But we have to start thinking about the fall garden. When you should start your seeds and how you should start your seeds are the two big questions on everyone's minds. I already did one video on when and how to determine what time you need to put your seeds in the ground or when to start them. The decision on if you're going to start them indoors or directly sow them into the ground is really up to you. For me, I'm in zone 6B, 7A, a little bit on the edge, and I like to start my seeds indoors. It gives me a lot more control over the plants to see if things are germinating properly, if it's a problem in terms of water, sunlight, humidity, versus directly sowing them into the ground and dealing with a bunch more factors that could come into play. That said, I've been trying to really reduce my reliance on plastic lately, and that extends to my gardening tools. So I have 3 low waste ways or products that you can use to start your plants indoors before you actually move them outside for that fall garden planting season. All right, here's a smorgasbord of things that we can really look at. So first and foremost, you might use some of these really cool plastic containers that they sell all the time at like Home Depot, Lowe's, or other garden centers. Or maybe you bought them on Amazon. You don't have to throw these out every single season. Matter of fact, you probably don't want to, right? If you're really thinking about reducing your waste that you put out. And also you don't want these flying around outside accidentally if you're leaving them for hardening off. These are pretty sturdy. They may not be the cheapest level of plastic. Sometimes some of these are really flimsy. If, they withstand a good wash and scrub, you can always reuse these. And then in the spring, I'll reuse them again for my summer plantings. But you can go ahead and use these little greenhouse kits over and over again. At a high level, there's really no issue with having these if this is where you're starting. I just want to put that out there as a baseline. The other thing with plastic and reusing plastic, if you don't want to go out and buy a product like this, you don't need to. You can use a red Solo cup, put some holes on the bottom, and just wash that cup over and over again to start your seeds. All right, so we'll put those away for now. In terms of other low waste ones, I am really partial to cardboard, right? Cardboard is recyclable, but it's also super compostable usually. So these little pots are really, really convenient. I bought these offline, Botanical Interests, when I was buying seeds. I just added it to my little cart. They're super sturdy. You can get these in different, sizes. So this is a 3-inch pot. This is a 1.5-inch pot. They just fold up into these little boxes, which are really nice and convenient. Sometimes when you use recycled cardboard, it can be a little flimsy. Like if you're trying to use egg cartons to start seeds, it might not withstand all the watering and just eventually deteriorate. You don't want that. You want it to withstand and hold all of the weight of soil, and then eventually you want to be able to pick it up and take it outside. You can oftentimes mark the variety that you have and the date. They oftentimes have these little kind of bases on the bottom that allow water to seep through, but also when you're ready to transplant, you can just rip off the bottom. It has a perforated edge and you can put it right in the ground. Cardboard is a great one if you want low waste and you don't want to be able to have to carry things over and over again. These are really, really nice, especially the larger ones if you don't want to disturb the roots like sunflowers or tomatoes or any sort of squash or even root vegetables. Other recycled things are these little pots. I'm trying to remember where I bought these. I think these may have been actually in the store. So like just roaming through the garden center, I probably grabbed these just to have some extras. These are also really, really sturdy. They look like egg carton material, but it's much, much thicker. So it can withstand that watering, and it's easy again to kind of just rip and put it right back into the ground. You can also get much, much larger recycled pots. So I've had these for a little bit. The other option that I really like, this is a brand by Jiffy. And I actually got these also just kind of ran across these as I was shopping through Home Depot. It's a full greenhouse kit, so it does come with a top that you can put on it, but it's peat pellets. So these are expanding. Really, really good for the environment because these more or less really have no other material. It soaks up a bunch of water and expands, and you can put seeds in there. They're really biodegradable, easy to put right into the ground and get a very strong root system. I really like these. If you have things that don't like their roots disturbed, again, like sunflowers, like tomatoes, or root vegetables, something like this can grow about 7 times the size once water is added to it, and the root system be really strong. I started actually a lot of root vegetables with these pellets, including radishes and beets. And they came out nice, juicy, and plump. All in all, I really enjoy these products. Again, you know, I still use plastic. I just try to reuse it. I love the little cardboard boxes and bins, all those little pots, and of course, the peat pellets have really been a game changer for me when it comes to transplanting and hardening things off. If you have used any of these products, let me know. I want to know what your experience has been. If you have other products or ideas that might be really interesting for me to use, something that is low waste or lower cost and will save me $1 when I'm starting seeds, will happily take recommendations. So let me know down below in the comments what you think. Hit the like button, and of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. That's it for this week. It's a really short video, but just wanted to share as I'm getting ready to start my seeds for the fall garden, and I'm very excited to see what pops up. All right, hun, take care.